Hey guys, welcome to Baker Street Geekery. I'm Watson.
And I'm on my phone.
Professional.
I didn't know you were starting.
Okay, well, I'm Watson. And that's Leo.
Yeah.
I said that. I said the me part. He didn't say the him part, but I said it for him. Anyway, we're here to talk about our first impressions of Nobunaga the Fool. It's okay.
I liked it.
The first episode was kind of really crammy and tight and kind of a little bit hard to follow because so much happened. A little too much exposition there.
I didn't think it was hard to follow, but I don't know. I don't have a problem with that on most occasions, to be honest. So let's talk about this.
So there's two worlds, an East world and a West world. Guess what they're based on?
Romeo and Juliet, star-crossed lovers.
No, it's based
That's
on
what I keep getting on
the
this
East
show.
half of the world and the West half of the world. It being the Asian side and the European American side. Mostly European.
It's going to be European.
European side's kind of technologically advanced into like space travel and stuff, and the Eastern half is technologically advanced in, what do you think? Mechs.
Well,
because Japan.
The Eastern side had mechs too, though.
Well, yeah, but they didn't have.
I think it's a thing based more on you're correct. It's the Eastern being more advanced than the West, but like
it's kind of based on. It's based on history, because the East was all cloistered and sequestered off from everybody else.
You don't know history, do you?
At least Japan was, which is most of what the Eastern half.
Oh, in my mind, you kept saying Eastern. I was thinking because it's the East. I don't know. My mind.
Far East is Japan, bud.
Yeah, I know. In my mind,
you go far enough east, you start looking west.
In my mind, Europe was East. Forget I said anything.
We live in America where everything is east of us.
Forget I said anything. Oh, I feel stupid.
Japan, it's based on history in more ways than one, because the Eastern half is less technologically advanced than the West, and there's a bunch of historical characters wandering around for pretty much no reason other than to be historical fan fiction.
Joan of Arc, Leonardo da Vinci, Magellan, Caesar, Brutus, Nobunaga, his family. The other one was they showed him not Takagawa, I can't remember his name. He's in Samurai Warrior. He's the red guy, and he hangs out with Sando. I can't remember his name.
Okay, that's video game reference though.
Yeah. It's still the same thing though.
Yeah.
If you ever played that game, you know who I'm talking about.
But yeah, first episode was a little crowded because everything happened. We had to explain Joan of Arc. We had to explain Leonardo da Vinci. We had to explain Nobunaga's role and everything.
Way to show that he had these butler dudes being Hideyoshi and
we had to show that there was a war going on the East world. Yeah. We had to show that Joan of Arc's...
Maybe that is the Taka.
Joan of Arc is kind of...
A witch,
and nobody likes her because she's got voices in her head.
Also, poignant to say that she keeps seeing visions of Nobunaga.
Yeah.
Coming out of fire when she's being burned at the stake. And Nobunaga keeps seeing her too in his dream.
They kind of swap places in dreams.
Yeah, first episode kind of comes in and it kind of introduced all the characters very flashily and quick, and then we see
and then Nobunaga ends up in Leonardo's mech suit.
Well, no, that's where it ends.
Yeah.
There's a huge part in there though where like Nobunaga's running around. It's his brother's coming of age ceremony, and he's fighting in he goes to this fort where it is the Takeda take down one of the Oda being their family's forts.
War has started.
War has been going on. It's not started.
Well, They know who's attacking now, though.
Yeah, and they thought they were fine for the ceremony, and he was wrong.
Nope, they're not.
And that's kind of when we see Leonardo's going on a trip with
Joan of Arc. On Magellan's spaceship.
Yeah, on Magellan's spaceship to the east. They point out it's the East Star, because they're basically two planets that are... Their atmospheres...
Orbiting each other.
Yeah, their atmospheres are conjoined, and they're kind of spinning around with each other, which I don't think can happen.
Well, technically, Pluto's moon is bigger than Pluto. So, yeah, it can happen.
Okay, yeah. The only thing I can think about is that video game where you had the fossils and you had to, like, drill them out of the ground, and there was the red and blue planet that rotated each other. It was on DS. It was a good game. You have no idea.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I never played it, though.
Oh, I can't think of the name.
Fossil Diggers or something.
Nope. It was like Terra.
I don't know, but it was kind of like... You're talking about one that was kind of like Pokemon, because then you revive the fossils and you fight with them. Yeah.
And they level up and evolve, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But we're talking about an anime, not a video game.
I've been talking about video games a lot.
Yeah, we'll talk about video games later, when we talk about video games on a segment, because we'll do that eventually. What were we? We were talking about...
Basically the end of episode 1.
Yeah.
He hops into this...
Leonardo and Joan take an escape pod because...
It's not an escape pod. It's its own smaller ship.
They take a ship off of Magellan's ship because Magellan wasn't going to take them to the right place or something, or Joan was just hearing voices in her head because she's crazy. And so they get on a ship and GTFO.
With Leonardo's mech armor thing.
Yeah, which they crash land right in front of Nobunaga, and Nobunaga climbs in, and...
He saves Joan of Arc, and he hops in the suit and is like, yes, mine.
Yeah.
And he gets out, like, with the suit, and
he fights... And in episode 2, he fights off Magellan's mech suits.
Yeah. And Joan of Arc wakes up, and she's just like, save your king, ?
You're the guy.
Because I guess only one guy can pilot that craft or something. I guess. I don't know. Not a whole lot has been explained too much yet. There's this thing with Taro going on at the end of each episode. I said that wrong, but the card thing.
Oh, the tarot cards?
Yeah, there we go, tarot.
Yeah, Leonardo's also a fortune teller.
It doesn't surprise me too much. It doesn't surprise me too much. He's
also got an annoying shtick where he has a stupid megaphone tuba.
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid. I wish they would stop. But they're not going to because it's anime and it's a shtick.
Shtick! Yeah, otherwise, second episode, not a whole lot happens.
It's slowed down a lot, which was appreciated.
We meet Nobunaga's family, basically, at the coming-of-age ceremony. We find that he's having incest with his sister.
Yeah.
Or it's implied at the end of the episode.
Because the lover's card was drawn.
Also, he made Joan of Arc pretend to be a man.
Yeah, there was also a little snippet of the Council of Elders on friggin' One Piece Island.
On the east.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the east, the West Star. And there's a bunch of guys kind of part of it.
I just read the chapter of One Piece right before the time skip where the Council of Elders in the Celestial Dragon town were talking about the warlord. So that's what I drew a connection to. That's not at all what it is. It's just a council of famous... It's definitely people named after famous historical people.
It's
Magellan was giving an oration about, we let Leonardo get away with Joan of Arc, and that's a bad thing, and he's evil, I guess.
Now Julius Caesar's going to go after him.
And Brutus is going to brutally murder him, because that's how that works.
God, I was really sitting there at the end of that episode, because that is basically the end of episode 2. Julius Caesar bouting to leave him, like, if Brutus doesn't stab him in his back, I'm going to be very disappointed in this show.
Brutus is going to join the other side.
It needs to happen, otherwise I'm going to be disappointed in this show. But no, I think I'm going to spit out my my hypothesis on this, which tend to be good. There's a glowy-faced dude that's in charge of the council, calling it now he's King Arthur, because they mentioned that their council is the Round Table. by the way.
Could be. Yeah.
So I'm throwing that out there that he is either Merlin or King Arthur. That's my two guesses there.
All right. It's a good guess.
I think it's a logical one.
This show's kind of going for a kind of steampunky look.
A little bit.
Not entirely, but for it mixes historical realism with space technology and mech suits.
Yeah.
So basically,
it's not steampunkville, but
it's not, but it's what comes to mind.
Yeah, it is. It comes to mind under the aspect of its futuristic technology in the past.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily that. Like, in my mind, it's just another mecha.
Yeah.
Like that. In the end, that's what it is.
They use CG a lot on the mechs, mostly, which it didn't bother me in Gargantia. In fact, I thought it was very effective in Gargantia. But here, I don't know.
I think it's the idea of, like, you can get a more fluid movement when they do that, not necessarily a chunky drawn movement. And it'll pull off. I feel later when we see more giant mech fights, because I'm sure that's down the road somewhere.
In the first episode, it was kind of weird because they were all ground-based, and ground-based mechs and CG don't kind of mix for me all that much. But, because in Gargantia, they were in the water, too, the ground-based mechs, and it worked fine. But, aren't they on legs, the ground-based mechs? Or do they have wheels?
In what show?
This one.
They have legs.
Yeah, that might be the other thing. Because in Gargantia, they were all on wheels.
Or they had fins.
Yeah, well, they had fins, but they were on wheels when they were on land.
That's not true. The ones with basically the forklift ones were walking around. The orange ones. They're moving cargo stuff.
Okay. Whatever. I don't know. There's something about this one that doesn't sit right with me. It's not terribly bad, but
I have high hopes for it, mainly because I like mechs. I like mechas.
I know that the first episode turned a lot of people off because too much happened. And I could agree with that. And the second episode did slow down a bit, but there wasn't enough character development, and still the episode was full of exposition.
I'm okay with things like that, mainly because the idea of all the
I'm going to be disappointed if
stuff
it's...
I had to do.
Yeah, I'm going to be disappointed if the next episode is still more exposition and they don't start getting into character stuff.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
Because it comes out not till Sunday or something like that.
Yeah. Either way, it's okay. It's okay.
Don't listen, Watson. It's good. It'll be fine.
Anyway, that's our thoughts. So, I'm Watson.
I'm Leo.
And we'll see you next time. Bye. Facebook, Twitter, thingies, like, comment, subscribe. Bye.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna do an outro for that or no?
I already did. Bye.